All right, Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostles, as well as the men that taught our apostles, the elder high priests. All right, double honors to the elder bishops as well. All right, peace and blessings unto the 144,000 and the rest of the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp, and this is going to be my 2 cents on the situation with the guy Hasad from formerly from Sakari. I forget if they go under the new banner or the name of the new banner. But Hasad, formerly of the Sakari, okay, making the statement by being asked the question, are they gonna eat the bitter herbs or what bitter herbs? Or however the question was posed, and he said, Israelites. I'm roughly paraphrasing. I forget how he put it exactly, but we seen the video, okay. He said Israelites eat, a lot of Israelites eat horseradish, but we're not going to eat horseradish. He said it is permissible, but I'm not going to eat it because it's disgusting. Something to that effect, he said it. Okay? Now we understand, according to the scriptures, the keeping of the Passover, you must eat the bitter herb, you must eat the lamb, the unleavened bread, drink the wine, and you got to have the eat the bitter herb. And the bitter herb, okay, is supposed to represent this the hard bondage that we under. Okay, Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. Okay, and you're supposed to take in the bitterness, eat it, take it in, which is symbolic of all the ultimately on the spiritual level is symbolic of taking in some of the bitterness of the scriptures. Man, being in this faith is about catching hell, hardships. Acts 14:22, that we must exhorting them to continue in the faith, or the disciples to continue in the faith. We must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. Yep. So it represents, us being under these curses. All right. And then, just like you read in Revelation, the 10th chapter, with the Apostle John, he said he took the little book, and at first it was sweet in his mouth, but when it hit his belly, it's bitter. And yeah, it's bitter being in this, knowing we're the chosen, knowing that we got a kingdom beyond our imagination coming on this planet Earth, and we still got to wake up and go to work and deal with Esau's oppressive captivity. We're still dealing with the things written in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter to this day. We're yet this day in our captivity. Okay? So the bitterness represents that. The hell you catch in captivity. By being a captive is not a sweet thing. It's a bitter thing. And let's read this real quick. This is Exodus 1:14. Well, I'm going to start at 13. It says, and the Egyptians, Matazarium, and the Egyptians made the children of Israel serve with rigor. Let's look that word up real quick. Rigor. All right. Parak. I believe I'm saying it correctly. Parak. Okay. It says harshness, severity, cruelty. Just wanted to get that real quick. And that's a way, too, to go into some Hebrew. Parak. verse 14, Exodus 1 and 14, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage. The hard bondage made our captivity in ancient Egypt bitter. In America, according to Revelation 11 and 8, is spiritually Egypt. And this has been a very bitter, and it's still a very bitter captivity. And now that we have this knowledge, it's even more bitter, because we understand the end of this man's. We understand the end all be all, which is going to be Yahweh Shai ruling this planet Earth for eternity, along with the 144,000 and the rest of Israel. Okay, in righteousness. And America's going to be destroyed in a very violent way through thermonuclear destruction. The time of Jacob's trouble and the hour in temptation will come before the destruction. Okay? So this captivity is bitter. Let me read it. Let me finish reading this verse. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. Yeah, Jake do the slimiest, grimiest fucking jobs. Just thinking about here in Babylon the Great. We in especially Issachar, and some of the other Latin tribes, they do some of the most grimy, slimy, low-paying work. But Jake, gotta, especially at certain periods of time in his captivity, you know, you work hard as hell and you don't get paid shit, you know. It says, wherein they made them serve was with rigor. All right. Now, if you don't want your captivity to be bitter, you can sell out. If you don't want to deal with the bitterness, let's just deal with the bitterness of being in captivity and knowing and understanding this truth, or proclaiming you understand this truth. Okay? And you don't want your bondage to be hard. You don't want to deal with the hardships of being in captivity, and you can sell out. And you ain't got to sell out to Esau, to sell out. Sell out to Satan. You can sell out to your own belly, doing what the hell you want to do, because it makes you feel good, or because you don't want to deal with the harshness of certain things. Okay? And I'm going to give you a prime example of that. Give me 1 second. All right, so let me do this. I had to pause the video. All right, so I'm trying to go to another Bible app with the Apocrypha in it, but this screen recorder app that I'm using, when I try to go to another, if I get off this app that I started the video with, it automatically pauses the video. And if I try to go to another screen during me recording, it automatically pauses it. So let me see. 1 second. All right, I figured it out. Excuse me. So this is out of the book of First Maccabees. Damn, how is this? All right, it's okay. This is out of First Maccabees 1 and 11, and this is what while we were serving again a hard bondage under the Greeks, the Greek Empire, and this in particular, this was under Antiochus Epiphanes. If you read the 10th verse, but I'm not gonna read it. Let me read First Maccabees 1 and 11. It says, "In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow." And what does this mean? If you want to get goodies if you want to get goodies and get benefits, then you get down at this time. I'm talking during the time of the Greek Empire under Antiochus Epiphanes. You get down with their customs and their way, their what's that thing called? Their cultural assimilation, which was wicked, which was abominable. Okay, and then in turn they got benefits. That's why it said since they departed from making a covenant with the heathen, they've had much sorrow. But then when they make a covenant with the heathen, they get the benefits. All right, the goodies. All right, now I'm bringing this out to show you that you can be in you can be in a bitter captivity, but if you sell out, okay, you can receive benefits, goodies. All right, now you don't have to necessarily you know do it this way where you sell out to in our time where we living in to Esau. Well, back then too, that was Esau. Excuse me, Edomites. Antiochus Epiphanes is an Edomite. Okay, the Greeks were um, Edomites once they took over the Japhetic tribes. Okay, so the original Greeks are not Edom. Okay, but they became Greeks because they pretty much took down where Japhet was living over there in Europe. Okay, you can sell out like I mentioned to yourself and say, you know what, I don't want to deal with the harshness of this captivity. I'm gonna get this money and have fun. You know, and it's all really just an illusion because you're still in captivity no matter what you do. But you can shun the bitterness now, but like the elder Karatazak from Las Vegas, the head of Las Vegas, put, um, what about when the time of Jacob's trouble come and the hour of temptation come? Okay, which is gonna be bitter if you can't deal with, like the elder put beautifully, eating a piece of bitter herb, which is symbolic, you know, of this horrible captivity we in, and how you gonna deal with the bitterness that's about to come down the pike, and you ain't gonna be able to buy your way out of it. You're not gonna be able to party and bullshit your way through it. You're not gonna be able to do the things you're doing now to put your mind in the illusion of sweet things. Is sweet out here, you know. So like this is just I could bring out more verses, but I'm gonna stop right there. There's more that can be said on this, but shit, the apostles and other brothers had, they said enough, So this was my 2 cents on that matter. You can't really escape the bitterness. Now you can fool yourself that you're not gonna deal with the bitterness. I'm not gonna deal with the bitterness. I'm gonna eat romaine. I'm gonna eat romaine lettuce. I'm gonna line my hair up. I'm gonna party. I'm gonna get money, get the girls, whatever the hell y'all dudes is of the world. I'm about Hasad and Hakai, Deacon Hakai, and two fucking clowns, man. Lord willing, this video was edifying, and until the next one, I say shalom.